And that's DA Nathan Vasquez talking to our reporter Alma McCarty and others as well downtown, calling it a tragedy and talking about how Whitman suffered from mental illness and how the tools just didn't match up.
Saying his office had no contact with the suspect or Whitman after 2022. No one knows civil commitment better, KGW, than investigative reporter Evan Watson. Evan, you've been digging through court records. What do they show about Whitman's mental health history?
Yeah, let's start there. The court records date back about 5 years here, showing the multiple times that he was flagged as potentially being a danger to himself or to others. Neighbors and family members said he alternated between seeming well and acting normally to violent and abrasive outbursts. As Celine mentioned earlier before that press conference, Whitman was hospitalized in February after he attempted suicide. According to court documents, during this time, he gave up 2 guns to police. Court records also detail how Whitman was a former employee of the MAC who had been fired. He threatened MAC members at their homes and outside of that club, according to reports, leading MAC security to warn all members of a potential threat a few years ago. 10 of Whitman's neighbors also previously wrote to his family asking for them to help get Whitman into mental health treatment. Portland police say Whitman resisted referrals to mental health services, and he didn't meet qualifications for civil commitment, what Vasquez referenced there. That's forced mental health treatment through the medical and judicial systems.
It's tricky because, you are taking people who frequently haven't committed any crimes and you're depriving them of their civil liberty. You're, in many cases, locking them up. And so that bar should be really high. On the other hand, a feature of a lot of these mental illnesses is that you don't think you have a mental illness. And so to rely on voluntary engagement when a feature of the mental illness is you don't think you need help is really problematic as well.
In 2021, a neighbor of Whitman's wrote that he believed Whitman would succeed in his kicking of his door and then injure or kill him or hurt his young daughter. A judge responded with protective orders.
I mean, warning signs and red flags literally for years here. Evan, you've been reporting on this topic for years as well. It's worth noting this January, Oregon changed its laws, made it easier to order civil commitments, at least through the legal system. Where do things stand now?
Just a few months on, the sources I've talked to in the past few weeks, as I've been doing some more digging on this topic, even before this incident, say it's too early to tell on those changes of the easier nature to get someone to civil commitment. But what we do know is very few people ever reach that stage. There are multiple medical and judicial hurdles to jump through. Most people in the mental health hold process don't get there. And in fact, there are capacity issues at the Oregon State Hospital, the psychiatric hospital in the state, and the state right now prioritizes aid and assist cases. Those are cases where people are, they want to get someone restored so they can defend themselves in the criminal justice system. There's a priority on that because there's a contempt order for the state of Oregon and a federal judge ruling that you have to prioritize those cases. So over the past decade, those cases of criminal cases have gone way up, and the civil commitment cases have dropped to almost nothing.
Yeah, obviously your continued reporting on this subject really giving clear context to this story overall. Appreciate you digging into it again, Evan.
You got it, and more to come.
Okay. And of course, KGW has you covered with any updates on this story on air and online. Be sure to download the free KGW News app on your phone while you're on the go, or our TV app, KGW Plus, on your smart TVs at home.